So today, without further ado, what we're gonna say is we're gonna talk about asset management and how important it is, and some of the key things that I would suggest you do in asset management. Asset management is important to me because it makes sure that everything is secure and also costs less when you have everything set up process wise and you don't have to worry about the replacement or how you get things replaced. Not only replaced but fixed and or if you're working through problems. So in asset management, some of the top things that you want to do is number one, you want to record all assets, whether they be hardware, software, services. Those are assets. You need to manage those. Outside services, especially. When you write all this stuff down, now you know what you have, and then you can go about, even connecting with the other people who may have those service level agreements with the outside companies and your OLL agreements within the company to be able to negotiate contracts and also renegotiate when it's time for the contract renewal because you have everything managed. There's some of the things a lot of people they aren't doing. So, like I was saying before, a strong foundation. Make sure that you're doing it, so you ain't got to worry about it. So, after you notate all those things that you have going on as a part of asset management, you want to then have your team connect with those people outside, like in the organization and outside of the organization, to monitor those things. Because whenever you're having an issue, it's not only up to the technician, it's up to the asset manager to recognize it. It's up to the manager to recognize it. It's up to the teams around IT and even outside of IT to help in this thing because it's a team effort. But if you or we don't have the right system in place, it's going to make it very hard for somebody to do their job and also notate or help with this information. So that's why I was saying a ticketing system is big, because when you have the proper ticketing system, you can then monitor your equipment, your services, and even your software. Because asset management, that's a part of it. So then after you get those things, you connect those dots with those people, the next thing you want to do is create a system to make sure that you are doubling back on those two things, because it's a big project. It takes a lot to be an asset manager because it's a deep process and project that you're working on whenever you're doing all these things to make sure that everything is on the up and up. You want to have a good count of this stuff. You want to make sure everything's accounted for, or we want to make sure everything's accounted for. Because when it's time to swap something out, if you're having an issue with it, if you don't know where it's at, if you don't know what you got, how can you know how to fix it and get it fixed effectively and quickly? It's about speed, it's about effectiveness, about all this stuff as we were moving on into the future. Now, I don't want to hold you up because asset management, even though it's important, it's not that important to where I have to take up most of your day, because if you believe, you will achieve. If you don't, you won't. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, since you're in the mood and we in the room, all right, know what we finna do. We finna boom.